What's good, YouTube family? If you already subscribed, I appreciate y'all. If y'all not subscribed, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, y'all. Smash that like button, that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, and just let me know what kind of content y'all want to see, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, provide for y'all what y'all want to see, and to help y'all get better, and to help y'all grow in y'all career, and you know, in life. So right here, to kick this cut off, I want to be combing with the pattern of the waver, that the waver brushes his hair. And you want to comb and not brush, because combing is gonna lift the hair up off the scalp. It's gonna allow you to give a cleaner cut and a more smooth, flat cut. It's gonna lay everything down how it's supposed to be. If you brush, it's not gonna pull the hair up, so you're not gonna cut, and it's not gonna be a true even cut. But when you comb, it's gonna lift the hair up off the scalp and make it as low as possible. And it's gonna just allow you to cut as even as possible, going with the grain. And it's very important to do when you're going with the grain, because it has to be even. Like, it's a lot harder for hairs to get even when you're going with the grain. That's why you use a comb. And make sure that you're steady combing while you're cutting. I'm just being real careful on that front, because he has a little cowlick up there, so I'm just being careful to work around it. If somebody has a cowlick, y'all don't want to cut straight down against it. Make sure that you cut, you know what I'm saying, around it, so that you don't put a gap in someone's head. It's just, you gotta treat a cowlick just like you treat the crown. You gotta be very careful with it. So yeah, y'all, I really started YouTube for multiple reasons. Obviously, because I feel like God put it on my heart to do, but I also remember being up at 2 in the morning when I first started cutting, learning from barbers, you know what I'm saying, learning how to really cut, because there was no one around me to teach me. So I wanted to be on certain people's level. I knew that I wanted to learn how to do it. So I would always study. I would study, man, 2 a.m. It's like every night I feel like I was up 1 a.m., 2 a.m. just learning from people. And I just want to be able to do that for somebody else. I was that kid that was, you know what I'm saying, trying to learn. So I just want to be able to help someone else like that. So just let me know what kind of content y'all want, man. And I just want to give back. It feels great to use the gifts and abilities that God has given me to glorify Him, spread the gospel, make Him and His name known, and to help others and to give back. And you know what I'm saying, help y'all. So my new videos, man, I started doing, say if I'm doing a taper, I'll do one side, and this is like real time. I'm not speeding up nothing. So we're doing a low taper. So I'm gonna put that ball line in and just clear the face out. And now I'm going up with my Andis masters. I'm going up about 3/4 of an inch to a full inch right here on the side, and making sure that I'm just getting everything laid how it's supposed to. Make sure that I'm fading one, brushing one, so that, you know what I'm saying, just keeping my canvas clean. And then I'm just gonna be going open, halfway, and closed. So now that I got it set in, I'm gonna have the blade open, then I'm gonna close the blade halfway, go halfway down the guideline, then close the blade all the way, and I'm gonna tap the bottom of that guideline and take that line out completely. I forgot to tell y'all, but we did come in with the number 1.5 cut, a 1.5 close. That's what we cut the top down with. So this right here is the number 1 open. We should fade right up into that number 1. So I'm just really clearing this little area. Obviously he hasn't brushed for a minute, or not that he hasn't brushed for a minute, but you know, he ain't had a cut for a minute. So it's like this little spot, he can start this over. So right here I'm just going open, just clearing that area out, making sure everything's smooth. Then I'm going to close it and go halfway down that guideline we just established. And then I'm going to close it all the way and hit the bottom of that line and soften that line up from that 1 open to from that blade open to the 1 close. And get that as soft as I can get it, so that I can come in and just do some detail work and take that line out. Alright y'all, so a lot of the times when I'm using masters, I don't like to put the half guard on, and I don't like to pick the Babyliss to do it. So I just like to do what I'm doing now, and I'm sorry that it's blurry. I'm gonna show you on the other side. I'm also showing you the back, so you'll be able to see what I'm doing. And really, I'm just doing detail work. And when I say detail work, this is what I mean. I'm just using, y'all can still see how I'm holding my clipper and the angles that I'm using, and how I'm just opening and closing my lever. And there y'all go, man. It's clear again, and y'all can see this fade really coming together. And you see what I'm doing, I'm just pinpointing dark spots, picking them out and bringing them to the light, man. I'm just making this fade smooth as possible, just getting everything to come together. Trusting my system, knowing that if I just follow my steps and do what I do, and let God guide my eyes and my hands, then it's gonna come together. So I'm just trusting my process. I'm just being very patient with this thing, follow my steps, follow my procedures, follow my system, and you know what I'm saying? I know it's coming together. So just, have faith in yourself and have faith in what you do. So right here to break into the back, we're gonna set this guideline in about right up under his ear. It all depends on everybody, because everybody's hair grows different, but his hair, like under that, if I were to cut it a little lower, it grows all type of ways. So it's like, if you've cut a client before and you know that hair grows crazy, eliminate the process and go above that guideline, or go above the spot that it grows crazy. So right here, I'm just setting my first guideline in with my blade open on the masters, and then I'm gonna come in. I'm actually gonna switch to the Babyliss just because I feel like it's gonna help fade this back out better. And I'm just doing the same process. I'm gonna go open, halfway, and close, and then the back taper, I like to work one side and then I like to work the other side. So right here, I'm going blade open. I just went halfway and now I got the blade closed, and I'm tapping that bottom line out completely. Just getting that thing smooth and making sure that I'm cutting. If the hair grows a certain way, I'll turn my clipper, and I always want to be cutting against the grain to make everything smooth as possible. So right here, I'm gonna work on the other side now. I got the blade all the way open to the top of that guideline. I'm gonna close the clipper halfway, go halfway down the guideline, and I'm gonna close the clipper all the way and hit the bottom of that line. And like I said, I'm gonna make that thing smooth as possible. Now I got the number 1 back on the Andis masters, and I'm just going up about a full inch, really. Like I said, his waves aren't in there too deep. They kind of are actually, so it's like it's not gonna cut it out. And he's not really worried about that. He just wants the best fade because he knows, the rest of his hair is gonna come together. So we're just going up about a full inch, setting that guideline in, and then we're gonna go open, halfway, and close down that guideline. So just like I do with the rest, I go open to the top of the guideline, close the clipper halfway, go halfway down the guideline we established, then I close the clipper all the way, hitting the bottom of that guideline, knowing that it's not going to take it out completely, but it's really going to soften that thing up so I can come in and do what I'm doing now. And now I got the half guard on, or the 0 guard on, my Babyliss clipper, and I'm just going to go open, halfway, and close. But this to me, y'all, is more of detail work, taking out this very bottom line, or taking out this line from the blade open to the one closed. And when I say detail work, I mean instead of open, halfway, and close, instead of like looking at it as going open, halfway, and close all the time, I'll go like, I use the edge of my blade, the corner of my blade, and just pinpoint dark spots and take them out and just lever play. And when I say lever play, that means I'm gonna open and close my clipper when needed. And most of the time, I'm just gonna be using the last couple 2 teeth of my blade, or like the very middle of my blade, or the last couple teeth of my blade, just to pinpoint dark spots and bring them to the light. So y'all, this is rinse and repeat. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna let y'all take what y'all learned from the front and then from the back. I'm gonna let y'all apply it to this side. But y'all know this is story time for me, so let me get into that. And my message for today is learn to control your emotions to a situation. If you can learn to control your emotions to a situation, you can learn to control the way that you react to that situation. If you can control your emotions, you can control your reactions. I believe if you do this, if you learn to do this, it's going to help your life out tremendously. I know with me, it's definitely helped a lot in a lot of situations, way more than one. But for the most part, say just like people do stuff just to make you mad, and usually I used to want to fight, and now it's like I just look at it like, okay, whatever, that's cool. Just so many things, there's so many positive things that come with learning how to do this. So y'all, when I do my neck line up, my nape line up, what I do is I start from the bottom, I tap my slants in, and then once I get to the top of the ear to do my roundabout around the ear, I use the corner of my blade, just the edge of my blade. And y'all, this is in real time, like it doesn't get no realer than that. That's real time. And then I'm gonna go over it one more time just to make sure that it's solidified. See how I combed everything down once more. and now I'm just tapping everything in. One more, I'm keeping that same line that I already established, because you don't want to push anyone's line, because there is a such thing as pushing somebody's neckline back or too high or up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the front, you can push it back, so make sure that you don't do that. Just be very careful, man. So this side is sped up, so y'all see I'm finna just do the same thing. I'm gonna start at the bottom, I'm gonna come around, and once I get to the top, I'm gonna use my corner of my blade and do that roundabout about his ear, keeping that thing smooth and natural as possible, crispy and natural as possible. And you know, y'all see how that made it pull that taper together for real once I tap that in, and that's natural. I never put enhancements to my neck lineups like that. So y'all, I just add some curl enhancement, and I'm just brushing them in there, man. Getting everything laid how it's supposed to. And use a generous amount. This is just gonna help lay the hair down. So I'm just brushing in the pattern that the client brushes, and just making sure that I get this down in there deep so that it really does what it's supposed to and nourishes the client's scalp and lays the hair down. Now I'm gonna throw this do-rag on, make sure I get it on nice and tight, make sure that I pull it down. Y'all pull it down, because that's the whole point of using it right there. See how I put it down and it tightened up on the head? That's the whole point of using it. That's what's gonna cause the hairs to lay down. Right here, I'm just tapping the mustache in. Back to what I was saying though. Control your emotions to it. Once you learn to control your emotions to a situation, you control the way you react to it, then you're in control. I once was taught, he who angers you controls you. So don't let no one anger you, because you don't want anybody else to control you. At least I don't. And that little saying helped me so much growing up, and just growing into a man, growing in who I am in Christ, growing as a man. That saying, he who angers you controls you, helped me grow in Christ a lot. So I hope that helps y'all too. And right here, I'm just throwing some holding spray in. I use Tresemme Volume 4 or 5. It don't really matter. But just make sure whatever you use, you brush it down. Now y'all know how I do my front lineups. I plant in the middle. I work my way to the side. Once the front meets the side, I tap the vertical bar in. After I tap the vertical bar in, that's when I tap my C cup in. Y'all see here how I go over it one more time. Like I just set it in. Y'all gonna see me comb, then I'm gonna go over it one more time, just because I'm gonna comb everything down one more time, just to pull any overhanging hairs down. Now I'm gonna tap them in right at the line that I already established, not pushing the line back, just tapping any overhanging hairs at the line that we've already established, so there are no overhanging hairs, so the lineup is solidified. And now I'm just tapping that vertical bar in, keeping it natural as possible, and then y'all gonna see how I work the C cup. I set it in from the top, keeping it natural as possible, keeping it as low as possible, and keeping that vertical bar long as possible, and then I'm gonna work my way from the bottom and meet myself at the top. Y'all, I look at lineups and stuff just like how God does. You know what I'm saying? God is at the top, I set it into the top, and then we're at the bottom. If we meet God, if we do our part, we meet God halfway, everything works out perfect. You know what I'm saying? So right here, I'm just doing the same thing. Obviously, you see my client had overhanging hair, so I'm creating that lineup right there. But y'all see, he had been pushed back before, so it's a little lighter in that other spot on the right. But I'm just showing y'all what the cut looked like before enhancements, just so no enhancement haters can say anything, because y'all see that thing was crispy. We just throwing some enhancements in there to darken it up a little bit, and pull this thing together and take this thing to the next level, man. And I'm using my Beam Team Cordless compressor. I'm using Shonka's hair color enhancement card and 245 no drip. I'm just going in there spraying real diligently, because this does spray very good. This is a very good compressor, so I don't want to fill it in too much. I wanted to keep it natural looking as possible, while also giving it that effect of, you know, like he a rapper or an actor that's finna go be in a movie or shoot a video, you feel me? So I'm just going in, making it do what it do, man. Keeping it natural as possible, not spraying too much, making sure that we keep it, you know what I'm saying, about 7 inches back, so we don't spray too hard. And you know what I'm saying, just playing with that trigger. Respect the shooter, man. So right here, I got the Barber Magic Pencil. When you use the Barber Magic Pencil, it's so simple, y'all. I see people doing some crazy stuff with this. All you have to do is put it right in front of the line. Don't make it too thick, and don't get it in the hair. And And then after you put it in, you don't just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't just leave it there. You gotta line that up. You gotta come back through and line that up. When you line it up, you do it just like you do. You start from the front. I mean, I line it up the same way, but y'all finna see. I'm just gonna pull it down. See how I'm just pulling it down and blending it in? I might move my clipper a couple times just to blend it in. Because the goal of it is just to create a contrast from the lineup to the skin. So you're just creating a contrast with it. You don't want to just leave it how it is. That looks so, that looks so fake, But it's just like how females conceal their eyebrows. You want to conceal the lineup. So the goal here with this is just to blend it in, and just to create that so you can create that contrast, so you can get a better Kodak moment, a better, better final spin for your video, or a better picture for your grain. Feel me? It's gonna make the client feel special too when they ain't never had that before. So y'all, we into one of my favorite parts. We got the razor. I say that, but the fade my favorite part, the lineup my favorite part, and the razor my favorite part. It's all my favorite part. I love cutting hair, man. So right here, y'all, once again, we breaking into one of my favorite parts with the razor, and right now we're not really doing too many strokes, really just one stroke, just to pull that pencil. Since we used the magic pencil, we're just pulling that pencil back to the lineup once more, just to create that final contrast. Y'all see how serious this thing is, bro. Stop playing on me. I just want my respect, that's all, Make sure that y'all peep the gear though, man. Always Advanced Clothing. If y'all not following me on Instagram, go ahead, follow me. All my socials are the same thing. They're all late fades. Show love on here and on Instagram. Even go show love on Twitter. I don't even know how to work Twitter, but y'all go show love on that too. But yeah, man, tap in with me about the gear, and I'll get y'all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Rock Always Advanced Clothing. If y'all don't know the message behind it, I need to create a video explaining the message, but y'all see how serious this thing is. I really got my boy looking like he finna go play a game or be in a movie or shoot a video or something, man. Shout out to my boy Jaden in the video. Man, don't sleep on that technique that I taught you how to lay the waves down either. And yeah, y'all see how serious this thing is. I don't really got too much to say. Just shout out to my boy Haven. And yeah, I had to bring out the nip cake for this one. Just leave me a comment, man. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all came to learn, I hope you learned something. Take something from my game, apply it to yours, advance in your career, advance in your craft, advance in your life. And if you came just because you rock me, you like watching my videos, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all part of my tribe. I love y'all. I hope to see y'all back on the next video, and may God bless.